Encore leads this squad in home runs at 13 and RBI at 59. She's batting back-to-back with Polar.
First pitch slapped the other way for a base hit. Very similar start to Purdue. Polar yesterday finished the day 3 for 4, and she attacked the first pitch in her first 2 at-bats.
And why not? If you time it up so well, go for it. And in the last 5 at-bats that she's had, AJ, she's 4 for 5. An 800 batting average. It's unbelievable. And how crazy is it that you're batting .557 on the year, you just raise your batting average even more?
It's difficult to do when you're already hitting so well as Anna Moore digs in. One more hit on Polar. That is now her 6th hit this weekend against the Hawkeyes. Moore's also been fantastic. She's got a couple of hits as well as a home run and 3 RBIs already against the Hawkeyes. This is the 2nd appearance for Nice this weekend. She threw a complete 7 innings on Friday. But on the other side for Purdue, they're also throwing Gossett, who threw 7 innings yesterday and 4 innings on Friday. Chop foul.
She's lightning fast out there on the base paths.
You blink and you'll miss her. Moore squares to bunt, pulls back. Runner takes out for second. No contest. Good throw from McAnally, but like you said, in the blink of an eye, Polar's on second.
Yeah, and that was not great on McAnally's part either. I get it, though. As a catcher, you want to try and get that frame. She held it there a little bit too long, and Polar took advantage of it. And, of course, another team-leading stolen base. That's number 31 on the season.
Anna Moore will climb back into the box. 11 doubles, 13 home runs this season. Good for 59 RBIs. The 3-1 is lifted to shallow right. Into foul territory. It will fall harmlessly to the turf. The 3-2 lifted to center. Going back on the warning track. It's off the top of the wall. Polar around third. She'll hold up. It's a single for Anna Moore, and the Boilermakers have runners on the corners.
Second on the team in batting average with .377. She'll raise that as well. This back-to-back at the top of the order, AJ, is so good. And then it leads to another amazing player in Haley Painter, who's batting in that power spot.
And she has been the power for the Boilermakers this season. But first, Stacey May Johnson needs a talk with her senior, Soraya Nice. She had a home run on Friday, a home run yesterday. First pitch, she squares to bunt. Runner takes out for second. They throw back to third. She got her! Leah McAnally, great heads-up play behind the dish. Haley Painter squared to bunt that pulled Jackson in, and then you saw Bree Johnson, who's the one who applied the tag. She came in to cover third. Painter lifts one to left. Out there is Lighton. She makes the play for out number 2.
Getting pretty loud here already at Bob Pearl Field. Tons of people in attendance for senior day. Where else would you rather be right now? I mean, it's almost 70 degrees out, a little bit of wind. Now it's kind of swirling around. It was blowing from right field to left field. Taking a look at the flags in center field, they're all blowing out straight to center.
Going back to that first and third play, right before that pitch, Stacey May Johnson went to talk things over. They are so particular about their first and third plays, on offense and defense. I guarantee you that's exactly what May Johnson was talking about when they went out there. That, hey, Jackson, you got to be able to crash, and Johnson be ready to cover third. A strike on the inner half, and Reef is behind in the count 0-2.
This season has seen a ton of great defense from that left side of the infield as well. Jackson's glove is the best part of her game. Johnson, her glove, one of the best parts of her game as well, a great hitter.
The 0-2 on Delaney Reef. Pulled foul into the Iowa dugout. The 0-2 lifted to right. Over there is Bennett. She makes the play, and Nice strands a runner in scoring position.
That's pretty cool when you can be really good at singing and also be a really good athlete. I mean, I wasn't great at either, but still tried my best.
What do you mean, all the karaoke you do before games?
I used to, funny enough, I actually used to be in choir 4 years in high school. So
really?
Also played 4 years of football and baseball.
Okay,
pretty
so
crazy.
Next time we go to karaoke night in downtown Iowa City, I know who to bring.
Yeah, absolutely. Or sing the national anthem if it's needed.
Yeah, there you go. Toeing the rubber again for Purdue is Julia Gossett. This is her third appearance this weekend against the Hawks. She threw 4 on Friday, picked up a strikeout, allowed 2 runs, only 1 was earned, but then threw 7 innings yesterday, one of her best performances of the year. Allowed just 1 hit, 1 run, walked 1, and picked up 4 strikeouts. But it's the strikeout to walk ratio that really stands out. 155 punch-outs to just 86 walks this season for Gossett. Simon pops it foul. Can't find that outside corner.
As I mentioned, I tuned into a little bit of the
Pulled foul. We'll do it again, 2-2.
I tuned in a little bit to the Northwestern Minnesota game, and as I mentioned, just Schwartz, another gem. She didn't give up a run until the bottom of the 6th in Rosemont. Through 7 innings, 4 hits. Those 2 earned runs were the only ones, and she finished with 107 pitches. She dominated Iowa earlier this year as well.
8 strikeouts as well to give Minnesota a chance to make the Big Ten tournament. But if the Hawkeyes are able to win today, Minnesota will have to win tonight for the Golden Gophers to make the tournament. But if Minnesota loses and Iowa wins, the Hawkeyes will jump Minnesota for that final spot in the Big Ten tournament. Of course it has to come down to the final day, right?
Yeah. What could be better, though? Those are always what makes it more fun.
Exactly. 2-2 on Devin Simon. Outside. Pulled left side and through for a base hit. The Hawkeyes have their first base runner in the first inning. First pitch fouled straight back.
Web gems out there in left field from Mariah Poehler yesterday when she was keeping that no-hitter intact for Gossett.
Yeah, including that diving catch coming in. That was a great play.
And then you have another player who's great in Tori Bennett, the senior, 9 homers on the year. We'll see if she can get another.
Pulled foul.
Heads up,
she
bullpen.
Falls behind 1-2. Who's that down there?
Carly Brewer, I think.
Here comes the 1-2. She watches it just miss that outer half.
Looked like a fastball, just a little bit low. Was watching that, mentioned it before, the Northwestern Minnesota, and they were talking a bit about pitch sequencing, and that's something that Gossett does really well, is working inside, outside, up and down, using her rise ball.
2-2. The full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Runner takes out for second. The throw down goes into center. Now Simon takes out for third. It's bobbled. That will work. Well, she was crushing the baseball in batting practice earlier, but she pops it in foul territory.
That's what I could see, a ball going out over that right center field wall. But, yeah, she put one off the top of the F in field on the scoreboard.
A chopper back to Gossett. They've got Simon in a run down. The throw to the plate is not there. Great read by Devin Simon.
At the very least, if you can't get the out, you want them to go back to the base.
Especially between third and home.
Exactly.
Here's McAnally. And that was a huge momentum shifter because of how quickly Purdue was able to get traffic on the base paths. McAnally goes that way, but too much underneath it. It'll be caught by Condon. Takes a strike at the knees.
I am curious as to how Coach Stacey May Johnson made sure to calm her team down before this game, because they know what's on the line. What do you really need to say to your team to tell them that this is just another game? Of course, you want to play to win, but to have that in the back of your mind is always stressful.
But she said they don't need to do anything different just because the stakes are higher. They've been trending in the right direction in all aspects, in the circle, at the plate, defensively. It's just now putting it all together for a couple of wins. They got one on Friday, dropped game 2 yesterday, but right now already a 1-0 lead as Marshall pops it foul. Evens the count 2-2. 2-2 on Marshall. Chopper left side. Shortstop bobbles it, and everybody's safe. And E6 on Campbell at short. And the Hawkeyes keep the first inning alive. Here's Brianna Johnson. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Bree Johnson takes another one, this time on the inner half, and falls behind 0-2.
You know, AJ, at the end of the day as well, you are going to be losing some very good players. Avery Jackson, Tori Bennett, Soraya Nice, all seniors. But still, only 5 of 24 that the Hawkeyes are losing. They'll be returning 19 players.
It's a very young team, and Mae Johnson has been very open about the young roster that she's thrown out there and has trusted to take a brunt of the load. Johnson herself, a sophomore at the plate with 2 on and 2 gone. The 1-2. Hold into left field for a base hit. Myers will hold up at third. Just snuck by the glove of Kylie Franks at third. Completely different from the first inning just a day ago. Fouled. On the field right now with a chance to take an early lead. The 0-2 is fouled back.
That first foul ball that she hit was smoked.
Here comes the 0-2. Popped up in the infield. Franks underneath it will make the play, but the Hawkeyes strike first. Devin Simon. What a first season it's been for Mae Johnson, a former player, going back to her alma mater after a very successful tenure at Fresno State, bringing a couple of athletes with her, and she's got her team on the brink of a Big Ten tournament berth if they win today and Minnesota loses later tonight.
Yeah, 3-time All-Big Ten selection in the 2003 Big Ten Freshman of the Year, but when she was playing,
an attempted bunt from Hawkeyes around. Got a lot of seniors today being recognized, including Nice, who's in the circle. As this one's lifted to shallow center, but it's caught by Johnson.
We talked about that yesterday, AJ, when Johnson has those little flares out there, the bloopers that she can flip her hips on. Pretty much looks like a cornerback on a football field. She can, as we just said, flip those hips really well, get under the ball. If she can make her way out to where she knows it's going to be and settle under it, she just does it so well every time.
Here's Armstrong. But to finish the thought on the seniors, you got Nice in the circle. She's a transfer. But athletes like Tori Bennett, Echo Mattiello, and other seniors like Anna Streff. As this one's cracked to right, it will hang up for the center fielder Simon. As Condon digs in. Lifted to shallow left, and 3 quick outs for Soraya Nice. Here is Kiara Sipe to lead off the bottom of the second. Gossett still out there for Purdue. Frizzotti rolling the dice, throwing Gossett out there for the 3rd time this weekend. She's already thrown 11 total innings this weekend, including 7 yesterday. She let up the 1 run in the bottom of the first, but got out of a bases-loaded jam to keep the damage to a minimum. Sipe pops it up in foul territory. It'll be caught by Kylie Franks.
Tough play over there to head to your right. Whenever that's on your glove side with those pop-ups, it's pretty tough because you're kind of feeling it on a pop-out backhanded. But Franks has had a couple of those so far today, and she's made it look easy.
Now bring up the 9-hole hitter, Avery Jackson. A speedy right-handed hitter. Went 1 for 2 yesterday. And we talked earlier, for Jackson, the glove has been known as the best part of her game. But this weekend, the bats really come alive. 3 hits and 5 at-bats. She had a double and a stolen base yesterday. How important would it be for Jackson's bat to come alive if the Hawkeyes are able to make the Big Ten tournament? Squares the bunt, pulls back, it finds the backstop.
Yeah, AJ, it's very important, especially if your 9-hitter can do something. Normally, we've talked about it with baseball especially, is that your 9-hitter isn't necessarily like your worst hitter. You need someone who can turn that offense around from the bottom of the order to those players that you know are the stars at the top, and Jackson has done a pretty good job of that all season.
Squares the bunt again, but pulls back. Not to mention she's got electrifying speed, so when she does get on, and Simon and Bennett do their things at the top of the lineup, Jackson causes a lot of havoc on the base paths and can do damage to the scoreboard as well. 2-1 to the senior. That one goes up and in and catches Jackson.
Looked like I don't really know. It looked from here like it got her on the elbow guard, but it looked like it actually got her on the hand. She was kind of moving that hand around, but she looks like she's going to be okay.
Another replay close to the knob.
Very close to the knob. That could have been dangerous.
It could have been. Purdue, no challenge. They'll give her the free base. And that does lead to the top of the order with Devin Simon. Singled and scored her first time up. Squares the bunt, pulls back. This time it's called a strike.
Trying to play small ball right here. With Simon's speed, if she can lay a good bunt down, she'll be on first. Relatively easy. Just trying to get Jackson, who's on your screen now, over to second base.
Lifted to deep left center. Back on the track at the wall. It's gone. Devin Simon. A 2-run bomb over the fence to give the Hawkeyes a 3-run lead.
Now we'll see if Bennett can make something happen as well. Still only 1 out in the inning.
Her 7th home run of the season as Bennett lines one foul.
You can tell that she wants one. If the Hawkeyes can go back-to-back here, kind of get Purdue down in the beginning of the game, like down mentally, of course, on the scoreboard as well.
She's been the senior leader this season, the leader at home runs, has been that pop at the top of the order, and a really good leadership voice as well in the dugout for Bennett. Stacey May Johnson has had a ton to say about Bennett and her willingness to stay with the Hawkeyes, similar to a lot of the seniors like Avery Jackson, Echo Mattiello, and Streff. Through all the coaching changes, they've stayed true to the black and gold. See what Bennett can do here. 2-2 with nobody on. Back to the pitcher. Gossett knocks it down and makes the play.
That'll get some high fives as you go back to the dugout. That was a great at-bat. I really like her take on that 1-1 pitch. It did catch the outside corner, but she didn't want it enough. And then the 1-2 pitch was just outside. A great job of laying off there. And then lines it right back to the pitcher. She barreled that ball. And there's nothing you can really do there. You just got to have a smile on your face knowing that you did as well as you could.
And Bennett, despite the mini slump she's in this weekend, it's not been the strikeouts that have been piling up. She's had a couple of barrels just right to defenders. Myers a barrel up the middle to keep the second inning alive.
Yeah, the Hawkeyes really getting to Gossett now.
Flew out to right her first time up. First pitch, called a strike.
Just got a little too far under the ball that she popped out to right, in which that was Condon that made the play in the first inning. Just got to chop down on the ball a little bit more.
Goes back to the fastball, but misses low and away. Evens the count on McAnally, but came back into the game at the plate. Did not go back as a defensive sub. Instead, it was Chavez who went back there to take over the catching duties, but they kept McAnally's bat in the lineup. Just shows you how important the power that she brings is to Iowa. The 2-1. Fouled back.
We've already talked about it before. When she did hit that pop up to right field, she likes going to right. And that's what she'll have to do with her approach right here when she's got 2 balls and 2 strikes.
The junior from Edmond, Oklahoma at the plate. 2-2. Slow roller up the middle. Moore will go to second for the final out. But Devin Simon comes through with a 2-run bomb to left. And the Hawkeyes lead 3-0. A left center bomb over the trees. took an early lead. Then the Purdue Bats turned around in the 4th inning to tie it. They went back and forth. And in the end, in the 7th inning, Purdue actually had the bases loaded, and it looked like it was a double from Anna Moore to give Purdue the late lead. As this one's lined down the left field line, it will bounce into the corner. The runner taking off for second. Kylie Frank slides in with the leadoff double. It was actually Iowa's bench that realized the runner from third on the double in the 7th. She took off early, which then led to that third and final out, and Iowa coming away with the victory.
And another storyline with that, AJ, is that, of course, Iowa won it 8-7. But Purdue left 9 runners on base. Even still scoring 7 runs, they left 9 on. They scored 6 runs yesterday, still left 9 on base with 11 hits.
Campbell takes one at the knees for a strike. Purdue certainly hasn't had too many troubles getting runners on. It's been scoring them in bunches. Even yesterday, despite the 6-1 win, they left a lot of base runners out there, a lot of runs on the table. They've got one in scoring position right now with nobody out. Slapped off the glove of Myers and into right field. The runner, Franks, will round third and score. An RBI for Ashlyn Campbell that caromed off the glove of Myers.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot. She just couldn't haul it in. That was a pretty high chopper. Take another look at it right there, but just could not get a full web on that. But now Soraya Neese has to face one of the best hitters in the country, the best, honestly, right now. She raised her batting average even higher than a .557.
She jumped on the first pitch her first time up, but she takes one in the dirt for ball 1.
Batting .560 with a .583 on base right now.
It just keeps on climbing. Slapped the other way, but foul.
I think at this point, seeing Polar so many times, I feel like Johnson needs to play more of that 5-6 gap. She's playing, of course, double play depth right now, which is what you want. But we've seen Polar go to that gap way too many times.
The 1-1 on Polar is outside.
McAnally always has great frames, sometimes just not able to get the call.
And with Polar's speed, especially yesterday, 2 infield singles as she puts one on the ground. Johnson goes to short to get the short out for out number 1.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way that she would have been able to make a play at first. Good job by Sipe to not risk anything, not throw that ball away, because even if Johnson decided not to go to second, I think if she throws on to first, Polar's there as well anyway.
Polar yesterday beat out a ground ball to Sipe at second, also beat out a bunt. She certainly has power. We've seen it, especially to the pull side. In batting practice, we were talking about that. But Polar's real weapon and how she's been able to climb that batting average so much, it's been the ability to turn outs into singles, singles into doubles, and doubles into triples because of those wheels.
And that's what McAnally's going to have to be worried about right here as well. We saw her steal a base already earlier in this game, especially with that long throw down to second base.
Moore, ground ball into right field. Polar on her way to third. The throw is off the glove of Jackson. Now she's going home. The throw at the plate is not in time. Anna Moore goes all the way to third. And the Hawkeyes go around the horn on a couple of errors. And Purdue now has the tying run 60 feet away.
It'll go down as a single with an error, advancing the runner to third as well. Of course, the run is going to score. Just a tough play there from Jackson, kind of was getting in the way of Polar. But now Anna Moore on third. They can strike again right here with only one out and tie this game up.
Here's Haley Painter. Bennett in right trying to make that throw from right field to nab Polar going to third. And it was the right decision for the most part, because when Bennett fielded the ball. Poehler was still at second base. Roped down the left field line, but foul. Luckily, everybody was able to get out of the way.
Almost hit third base umpire Anita Robinette. Kaylee Young behind the dish and Joe Havenhill over at first. And something that doesn't get talked about enough, AJ, the umpire's positioning. They did a really good job of having to rotate over. Everyone was in their spot, and Havenhill had to come make the play at the plate because Young was over at third trying to make the call if there was a play over there.
The 0-2 was fouled back. Haley Painter has been the pop in the bat. A couple of home runs this weekend.
You know, AJ, that's something that I really hate about baseball and softball, or all sports in general. Nobody bats an eye at a ref or an umpire doing good, but if they make one bad call, they're going to hear about it.
Got to give credit where credit's due. They've done a good job this weekend, especially yesterday with a number of interesting calls in the batter's box. 0-2 to Painter is upstairs.
A little bit of a rise ball on an 0-2 count. Tried to draw the swing from Painter, but Nice, no dice. Probably, I don't know if you want to go inside to Painter.
She does go inside, but it's pulled foul.
If you are going to go inside, you need to execute that pitch, and Nice did a good job keeping it low. Try and get that ground ball. It's exactly what you want. If you can get a sharp ground ball, so that way Anna Moore cannot advance, make the throw onto first. Pretty clean. Some pitch sequencing here. We'll see what she decides on a 1-2 count. McAnally looks to be set up pretty inside.
Popped up in the infield. Out there is Sipin, shallow center to make the play. No chance for Moore to tag up, and now the Hawkeyes are out away from stranding another base runner and limiting the damage in this third inning.
There's kind of thinking about that, sight moving back. Simon did have a long way to come in. If that ball's any further towards the outfield, I think that needs to be called off by Simon, because when she's coming in, she has the ability to see that runner so much better.
First pitch to Reef is too far inside, and that one hurt. You could hear it from up here.
It sounded like it got the shin guard, or did it get her right elbow? Because she was kind of wincing at that. Ooh,
oh boy, yeah,
right
that
forearm.
Yep, that got the part that wasn't padded.
That is painful. That is going to leave a nasty bruise. The softball bruises are much worse than other ones like baseball.
So that puts runners on the corners for Chloe Banks. And now another first and third situation for Purdue. The Hawkeyes executed it perfectly on defense last time. Banks takes a strike.
Banks has not had the most productive weekend. She's 2 for 7 with her first at bat earlier today. It'll be 2 for 8. So batting .250. If she's due, she can come through right here.
Way outside, 1-1. No real threat so far from Reef to take off for second, but do you expect her to at some point attempt?
I think there could be some sort of little pickle, try and perplex the Iowa defense, try and just draw a throw down to second.
1-1 is outside again.
We've seen that where they just go halfway between the bags, try and draw a throw. If you can get a quick throw to second, try and make it happen. But also one thing that the Hawkeye defense does really well is someone like Johnson coming in to cut it off and making a quick throw back home.
Fouled back, a reach from Chloe Banks. A big gap in right center, with Banks clearly trying to push it the other way and force the left side of the infield to make a play.
Good pitch there from Nice, too. It looked like a curveball was in the zone, and then broke out at the last minute, fooling Banks.
2-2 in the dirt. Full count on Chloe Banks.
McAnally really gearing up to throw that ball down there, too. But you don't want to risk that runner scoring. Try and get out of this inning right here. The runner on first will be in motion because it's a full count.
To center field, and Simon is there. It will certainly be a very important game in terms of that final spot in the Big Ten tournament. But first, the Hawkeyes have to get a job done in Iowa City to even give themselves a chance at a Big Ten tournament bid. They've done the pretty good job up to this point, but Purdue, 2 runs in the top of the third to make it a 1-run ball game. Here's Marshall, the center. It'll hang up for a diving Chloe Banks. Yeah, the Boilermakers outfield has been a true bright spot, not just at the plate, but defensively as well. We hit on it yesterday as Johnson fouls the first pitch back. We saw Poehler, as you said, make a couple of great defensive plays. Banks has made a couple of diving catches. Condon made a couple of nice plays in right field as well. Really helped that one-hit bid for Julia Gossett yesterday. Today, the Hawkeyes have found a couple more gaps, 4 hits, 3 runs to show for it.
Johnson continues to barrel the ball. She's ripping them, just trying to get something in fair territory. She's a dangerous hitter, and she always has been, and she still has 2 more years after this one.
Yeah, just a sophomore from Sacramento, California. Last year had 16 starts with a 125 average, but she's been a consistent starter this season, but goes down swinging. Another strikeout for Julia Gossett. Here's Leitgen. Nobody on and 2 down. Gossett looking for a 1-2-3 third inning. She's allowed a run in the first 2. At least a run in the first 2, as the Hawkeyes' Devin Simon blasted a 2-run home run to center an inning ago.
Seen a lot more patience out of this Hawkeye squad today than we did yesterday. Pretty aggressive in the early innings just 24 hours ago.
Crack to left center. It will roll all the way to the wall. Leitgen on her way to second. She's got a 2-out double.
Barreled that one up.
Here's Kiara Sipe, the second baseman. Now she takes one outside for a ball.
Pretty interesting that Mattiello has not played more. The entire lineup for this Hawkeye squad bats and throws right-handed. At least the starters today.
Not a ton of lefties for the Hawkeyes as the 1-0 is pulled foul. That pitch was as far inside as it could be to still be hit by someone that is a right-handed batter.
Yeah, and sometimes when there are those inside pitches and they're about to hit you, sometimes you just got to continue with your swing to play a little bit of defense on the body.
Way outside. Sipe is 0 for 1. Flew out back in the second. Painting the outside corner, 2-2.
Almost 65 pitches in this game for Gossett. That was very unlike yesterday. She finished with under 100. 98 total pitches in her 7 innings of work.
Much more, like you said, patience from the Hawkeyes, working deep counts. Not to mention the 5 hits already through the first 2 2/3 innings. Whereas she didn't let up a base runner until, I believe, the 4th inning on a free base.
I believe that you're right because the Hawkeyes didn't have anything doing the first time through the order. She had a perfect first 9.
Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Gossett. And she leaves a runner in scoring position. Student U is part of an educational mission to teach the next generation of sports production professionals. For more information, visit BigTenNetwork.com/StudentU. First pitch to Armstrong is popped up on a bunt attempt. Neese backhands it and makes the catch.
Pitchers are athletes too, AJ.
Wow, what a play from Neese in the circle.
That is not an easy play, especially when you're just finishing your throw on your follow-through. You're not fully on the ground. She resets, comes out, makes the play. Nearly had to dive on it, but
look at the emotion as well.
She can do it all, can't she?
Yes, she
Singing
can.
the national anthem, pitching a gem, making plays on defense.
What does she have in store next on this senior day?
Throw
Wow.
her in the box at this point.
Let's see.
Let her help
it.
herself.
Murakonda digs in. Way inside, 1-1.
That'll really get the adrenaline going. If she can go 1, 2, 3 right here, get that offense back in there for the Hawkeyes, that would be massive for this squad.
Well, we saw Nice in batting practice fielding fly balls out there, and she made a couple of nice plays in BP. Seems to have translated to the circle. One and two on Condon. Upstairs. I don't think Nice has stopped smiling.
I don't blame her. It's always fun to do that.
2-2. Pulled foul. Jackson makes a nice stop in foul territory.
Yeah.
Now everybody's just having fun.
Well, why not? I remember back in high school, I was telling you beforehand about the behind-the-back play I made when I was on the pitcher's mound. That was the first out of the inning. I had to go through the rest of the inning. I had a huge smile on my face looking around at my fielders. It was amazing.
Another 2-2. Driven to deep left center. Back is Maddie Ellis. She makes the play in front of the warning track. Back-to-back great catches by this Hawkeye defense.
We just hit on that. If she can get out of this inning quick, get the bats back in the box, so involved in these games, and you just love to see it, don't you, AJ?
You do. Kylie Franks digs in and takes a strike.
If she can get a strikeout here too, that would be tremendous for Nice and for her momentum continuing this game as well.
Ran into some trouble early on, then gave up 2 runs in the third inning. Forces a pop-up. Myers is called off for Kiara Sipe. And another 1-2-3 inning from Soraya Nice that started with an incredible catch out of the circle. A popped-up bunt and a backhanded snag from the pitcher. Julia Gossett has been a huge reason why Purdue has a chance to play spoiler against the Hawkeyes this weekend. Jackson digs in and pulls back a bunt attempt.
Yeah, only 3 earned runs so far on 3 innings pitched in this game. Has allowed 5 hits, but also has 3 strikeouts, adding to her total. Has hit a batter. That is Jackson, who's in the box. She doesn't have a registered at bat because of it. But the Hawkeyes really turning up the pressure, making Gossett face 17 of them. This is batter number 18 in the game for the Hawkeyes.
And 8 total strikeouts combined through the 3 appearances so far for Gossett. That brings her season total to 158 strikeouts to just 86 walks. Video game numbers for Gossett. Rocks and fires the 1-1 and misses upstairs. Looking to carry that momentum from the defensive side in the 4th. Checks her swing. She did go around, said the home plate umpire, Kaylee Young.
Gossett top 5 and quite a bit in the Big Ten. She's sitting at 4th in strikeouts behind Jordan Fromm, Alexis Jensen, both from Nebraska, and then Lindsey Green. Those really haven't changed, even with 158 total coming into, or after what she's thrown today. She's still 16 behind the next 2, which are Jensen and Fromm, both tied for 2nd.
The Big Ten in softball, especially at the top, have just been incredible to watch. But even in the middle and towards the bottom of the Big Ten standings, you never know what's going to happen in a Big Ten series. Jackson fouls back to 3-2.
Also up there in homers. She's 6th with the amount given up in descending order.
3-2 is way in, and Jackson works another free base. Jackson back at first as Simon takes a strike.
Yeah, that was her 7th on the year. Responsible for 2 of the runs batted in today for the Hawkeyes. I wonder if Gossett is trying to pitch around Simon a little bit here. The first pitch was a strike that barely caught the zone. That pitch was a ball just low. It's hard to tell. You don't want to give her anything over the plate.
Squares to bunt, pulls back. It's in the dirt. Jackson stays put at first base.
Good job by Jackson to not get too far outside of herself, knowing what she can do. You touched on it earlier as well, AJ. She's got blazing speed, but she also has great awareness on the base paths.
6 stolen bases this year. She's been caught 3 times. 2-1 to Simon is up and in. Couldn't quite catch the corner. Simon way ahead, 3 balls and 1 strike.
If I'm Simon right here, I'm not swinging at anything that's not right over the heart of the plate. If Gossett misses her spot on an outside corner, you got to take advantage of it.
The 3-1, swinging away, deep to center field. Break out the tape measure. It's over the scoreboard. Her second 2-run home run today. Devin Simon, red hot at the plate.
Up here in the press box, just got word 260 feet,
Wow.
AJ. The wall in center is 200 feet. And, oh my goodness,
Cleared
that
it
was
by 60.
that.
Holy smokes.
Between her crushing that ball, as soon as she hit that ball, this whole crowd knew that it was going out.
See what Bennett can do to follow up the fireworks from Simon. Yet to record a hit this weekend.
Kind of talking about it beforehand, too. AJ, we were talking a little bit about who we think would hit a home run today. I said Myers for Iowa. I was thinking Anna Moore for Purdue. Neither of us said Devin Simon, and she's got 2 of them.
The 1-1 is popped foul. And they haven't just been bloops over the fence. They have been blasts. The first one cleared the trees in center. That one cleared the entire scoreboard. A no-doubt tape measure shot. Here's the 1-2 to Bennett. That finds the backstop. The 2-2 from Gossett. Trying to bounce back after another home run given up. Bennett puts a drive into one, but way foul.
Bennett has had a lot of those today, AJ. A couple of line drive foul balls. Just under that one, it was able to get out. Still no outs yet. She's at 82 pitches. She probably won't get out of this inning without touching 90.
Ground ball to the shortstop. Backhanded by Campbell. The long throw is in time to get Bennett. Here is the true freshman, Mariah Myers from Fort Dodge, Iowa. The #1 ranked player in the state in her class. First pitch popped up to center. Banks pitches a 10 and makes the play. 0 for 2 today. A fly out in the first, a ground out in the second. Takes a strike on the outer half.
And there's a lot of space over there between Moore and Painter on the right side.
Definitely playing the pull side. With Condon playing in right center. Whole lot of green real estate down the line if she can poke one that way. The 0-2 outside.
Another thing to hit on, AJ, is that yesterday Iowa went 1 for 20 in the box. Right now, today already, they are 6 for 19. Way to flip the script, for sure.
Clearing yesterday's numbers by a long shot. The 1-2. Slow roller up the middle. Campbell's got it. And a clean throw to first to end the 4th. Three for 3, 2 home runs. She's got 4 RBI. She's scored 3 runs herself. You couldn't ask for a better day at the plate, especially on a day where it's a must-win. Iowa will be scoreboard watching later today if they're able to hang on and defeat the Boilermakers.
Yeah, so AJ, you want to know something cool?
Let's hear it.
Devin Simon's first homer, 240. Second homer, 260. 500 feet worth of homers so far today.
Holy smokes. And that doesn't even count her single that she had in the first inning. Lifted to shallow center, and Simon's there to make the play.
Right on cue. Why not just make another play out there?
Here is this is top of the order, and Mariah Poehler. She's 2 for 2 today. She is 1 for 2. She grounded into a fielder's choice in the third. So she had a single in the first, then grounded into a fielder's choice in the third. So 1 for 2 will be her stat line coming into this at-bat. Corners in, knowing the type of speed that Poehler's got. Anything on the ground, you got to be quick. But she pops it up behind second base, and Johnson is there.
That's huge if you can get one of the best hitters in the country out right there. But still, when your top 2 hitters are 4 for 5, entering before Poehler's at bat, they were 4 for 4 altogether. Great leadoff, great top 3 in Poehler, Moore, and Painter for the Boilermakers.
That one skips inside for ball 2. Anna Moore, we've talked a lot about the young stars for the Hawkeyes. Moore's just a true freshman, and she's already broken the single-season record at Purdue in RBIs. She puts a drive into one to deep right center. It will clear the trees in the outfield. Another tape measure shot.
Purdue said it's our turn to hit a bomb. We'll see if Haley Painter can do the same thing. She's 0 for 2 on the day.
The wind has certainly helped with the long ball. It has been swirling to dead center all day, with gusts up to 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, we've seen home runs over the left center field scoreboard, as well as that one was out toward right center. Looked like it got between the Purdue and American flag. Could be using a little bit of that breeze right now. It's pretty toasty up here.
At least it's not freezing like it was just a few weeks ago when we were trying to call softball up here.
Yeah. Hey, you know what was freezing? You and me got to call the first baseball game of the year.
Yeah.
Back in February. That was different.
We were worried there's going to be snow out there.
Yeah.
3-1 to Painter. Drifts inside, but it's called a strike. Been a pleasure the last 4 years. Here's the full count to Painter. Flip to center field. Simon coming in, lays out, but it drops in front. Painter on her way to second, and she slides in safely. They came storming back to tie the game 6-6 in the fourth. And even in the 7th inning, with Iowa leading, they came back and they thought they had taken the lead. Ultimately, because the runner from third took off early, they didn't, and Iowa ended up winning. But Purdue has been relentless, even when trailing. 2-0 to Reef is outside for ball 3, and now Nice is in trouble. 3-0, pulled through the left side for a base hit. Painter around third. The throw from left is up the line and bounces off of Painter. And Purdue has the game-tying run in scoring position on the RBI single from Reef. No pinch hitter for Banks. She'll stay in the game. Corners in for the Hawks with the slap hitter Banks at the plate and the game-tying run in scoring position on second.
Great scouting job by Purdue on that last one as well, AJ. Coach Frizzoti knew that out there in left, Mattiello.
After the mound meeting, Nice misses for ball 2. Slap hit, left side, Johnson's got it. Bang, bang, play at first, and she's safe. Chloe Banks, an infield single.
Yeah.
But this time she's at the plate with runners on the corners and 2 down.
Only has 3 at-bats on the year. Does not have a hit just yet. That first one was in there for a strike. If she can come through right here with her first hit being a game-tying RBI single, say, that would be great for her confidence.
Well, let me tell you, she was one heck of a two-way in high school as she drives one foul. All 4 years in high school, she was a part of the 500 batting average club from Kinder, Louisiana. The 0-2 is in the dirt outside. Runner takes off for second. Quick throw back to Nice. Does not draw the runner from third. I think she achieved it as a freshman.
Okay. I was going to say.
In high school. But a strikeout from Nice. Strands 2 in scoring position. Throws Fontenot. First pitch to Marshall is inside for a strike. Gossett still out there.
I think it's very achievable for Moore to complete the cycle here in Iowa City, AJ.
She's been swinging the hot bat. Swing and a miss. Shallow shot to center, but it'll hang up for Anna Moore to make a great defensive play. Nobody on it, 2 down in the bottom of the 5th. Gossett looking to sit down the Hawkeyes in order. Purdue's offense has certainly kept them in the game. Gossett now inching closer to 100 pitches, giving up the 5 runs. Evens the count 1-1. Lightgen, a true freshman from Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, AJ. My sister's in nursing school as well. She's about to graduate this week, actually. Got to make my way up to Cedar Falls for her graduation, but she let me use her Quizlet account one time, and I was looking at some of her slide decks. I'm like, 300 questions, and then she's turning around and doing another 300 question slide deck the next week?
No, thank you. 3-1 is fouled back, and Lightgen works a full count. Not to mention all of that, but she's hit the most home runs by a freshman for Iowa since 2009. So not only has she been a key starter studying nursing, but she's done both at a high level. The 3-2 to Lightgen. Foul back will do it again.
And the softball team is right up there with every other sports team at Purdue with great grades.
Full count, slapped the other way for a base hit. Lightgen aboard with a 2-out single.
Yeah, we talked about how much pop she had in BP earlier, AJ. Tons of effortless power. And another player who's still only a freshman.
Again, the young core for Stacey May Johnson. It's been a storyline all season, and they have really come through in a very important series to try and keep their season alive. 1-0 to Silva. 2-0. This is low. 3-0 is low for ball 4.
Gossett starting to slip away. She's starting to throw a lot more balls than what she normally does. Just took 4 balls, walked to first base.
Here's Avery Jackson. Slow roller to the right side. Morse got it. She goes to first for the final out. The Hawkeyes strand 2 base runners. Would be a massive upset. Overton's already had a couple of massive upsets this weekend, being the lower, national seed. Oregon 14th ranked in the country, UCLA ranked 6th in the country, and trying to make things interesting for that 2nd seed. Or Condon pops one up. It will become a souvenir. The 0-2 from Nice popped up again, the same spot. Different fan making the catch. The 0-2 again from Nice to Condon, fouled back. Good battle here from Maura Condon. If Iowa was able to hang on and win, they still have to wait for the result later tonight to know if they're making the Big Ten tournament or not. But if the Hawkeyes end up losing this game and Purdue comes back, then their season is over no matter what happens later tonight against Minnesota and Northwestern.
Looking at the way the scoreboard is trending, AJ, if you're thinking about the way it's been going, there should be a 0 hung up there.
Fouled back, 0-2.
And then in the top of the 5th, Purdue scored 2 as well.
Swing and a miss and a strikeout from Soraya Nice. The throwdown from McAnally completes her 2nd K.
That was a dirty changeup, AJ. So the Hawkeyes can secure this win. It would be tremendous.
First pitch to Franks is upstairs.
Rise ball, first pitch. Try and get a swing on Franks, who's already 1 for 2 on the day.
Changing the eye level, even between at-bats. Nice has done a great job mixing up her pitches. And 87 pitches thrown, pitch 88 on its way. Inside, and it caught her.
But if it hits the jersey, it's a hit by pitch.
Bunt pulled back by Campbell.
If I'm Nice right here, I'm aiming for the top of the zone, thinking that Campbell's going to square to bunt again to try and get a pop-up.
That one misses way outside for ball 2. The corners are in, and a slight shift to the left side in the outfield. She squares the bunt again, but pulls back. Taking all the way, it's called a strike. The last thing you want if you're Nice is to put 2 on for Poehler. Again, doesn't have a ton of pop, at least that she's shown this weekend, but can get on base, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Jackson could turn and throw to Johnson for a force out at third, but if it's pretty shallow towards the plate, McAnally's got to try and make a play on it.
First pitch, ground ball up the middle. Johnson's got it, goes to first, not in time. Infield single for Poehler, and they're loaded for Anna Moore. So technically the third time this weekend that Purdue has seen Sapp, and she plunks the first batter she sees. That will bring in the game-tying run.
Yeah, completely new battery in now. Kaya Chavez also behind the plate in place of McAnally. We saw that just yesterday where Chavez came in to catch, but McAnally hit again, but tried to go inside on Anna Moore, pulled it a little bit too far, and that's completely understandable. You don't want to leave anything over the plate for Anna Moore. We already see what she could do. Could have been a grand slam if there was.
Here's Haley Painter. She drives one foul. So now the go-ahead run is 60 feet away with insurance right behind her, and only 1 out.
That's not a great start at all, though. Plunking the first batter, that shoots your confidence down.
Ahead in the count, 0-1 to Painter. Further ahead in the count, 0-2.
She's got a lot of zip on that fastball.
The 0-2 upstairs. And give Purdue some serious insurance. The 1-2. Ground ball through the left side for a base hit. Campbell comes in to score. Here comes Moeller from second. The throw to second's not there. A 2-run base hit from Haley Painter, the first lead for Purdue. And today, they were trailing early at 1 point by 3. 1-1 on Reef. Swing and a miss on a nasty breaking ball from Sapp. Swing and a miss and a strikeout for Sapp. They go to third to get the out there. Strike them out, throw them out to end the top of the 6th inning.
Iowa baseball taking on Illinois, Fighting Illini, top of the 4th, down 4-1.
First pitch to Simon is in the dirt. Simon facing Gossett for what probably feels like to her the 100th time this weekend. Gossett threw a complete game yesterday, allowing just 1 hit, but she's ran into some trouble, especially with Simon. Outside again for ball 3. 3 straight pitches outside the zone, and all of them have been in the other batter's box. Taking all the way, 4 straight pitches outside. First pitch. Misses low. Long pause from Gossett. The 1-0 to Bennett. Driven down the left field line, but foul. Chopper left side. Campbell goes to second for 1, and they get the lead runner. Myers taking. Driven to left, but it hangs up for Poehler. Took only 1 step in to make that play. Hawkeyes running out of outs in their season.
If I'm Tori Bennett on first base here, when I'm on base, I'm taking it all in right now. This could be the last time that you're ever on base at the University of Iowa in college softball, so you really have to look around once in a while, like Ferris Bueller would say.
Flip to center field. It'll drop for a base hit. 6th inning stays alive, and the go-ahead run comes to the plate in Nyland Marshall. All right, here's Marshall. First pitch. Swing and a miss. catches the bottom part of the zone. 2 on, 2 down, the 0-2 outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul back. Hawkeyes trying to keep their season alive. Trailing by 2 in the 6th. Foul back off the helmet. In the other batter's box, 2-2.
Boiler parents and fans starting to get pretty loud. A Let's Go Boilers chant has erupted in Iowa City. They travel well, that's for sure.
They do. 2-2. Inside, ball 3. Full count, 2 down.
Runners will be on the go here. And this is especially where you need to make sure that you're releasing at the right time when the pitch is thrown. It could completely change the outcome of the game right here.
Saw that on Friday when Purdue tried to take a lead late in the game. The 3-2 on Marshall. Pulled foul, will do it again. Full count, 2 down. Again to Nyland Marshall. Ground ball, right side, gloved by Painter. She'll go to the bag herself. And Purdue will hold on to a 2-run lead going to the final inning. Here's Chloe Banks, first pitch, and excuse me, swing up the first base line that goes foul.
Yeah, and AJ, talking about all sports across the Big Ten, like UCLA being the sixth best team in the nation, and then you got Nebraska, the second best team in the nation in college softball. The Big Ten already has 9 national championships this year. How crazy is that number? And they could very well tack on 2 more with Nebraska and UCLA in baseball.
The Big Ten has certainly been running college sports in the 2025-26 year. UCLA still the overall #1 seed in baseball. Nebraska the overall ranked #2 in softball. 1-1 to Banks is called a strike on the outer half. The 1-2 on Banks. Ground ball to second, and a flip to first is in time. Kiara Sipe with the out.
Fantastic play by Sipe over there. That ball was really hard hit on the ground.
Brianna Fontenot. She came in as a pinch hitter in the 5th inning where she struck out. Fontenot primarily a pitcher for Purdue this season. Big hack and a miss, and she falls behind 0-2.
This could be a huge strikeout right here if she can get it. Probably going to go low.
The 0-2. Can't find the top of the strike zone.
I was completely wrong on that one.
Went
Said
upstairs.
Low, went upstairs, yeah.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Fontenot, the true freshman. Fouled straight back.
Another ball that you could have caught, AJ. You got to put your body on the line, dude.
Right. Next time. Next time I'll lay out for it and fall onto the field. 1-2 on Fontenot. Pulled foul, will do it again. We said earlier, again, she's primarily a pitcher, but she was a really good bat in high school. Again, hit over 400 all 4 years in high school, owns her club team's home run record. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. 2 flyouts and a strikeout on the day for Condon. Avery Sapp looking for a quick 7th inning to get her team back in the dugout. They'll have just 3 outs to play with to try and save their season and give themselves a chance to extend it. The 2-0. Called a strike in the inner half. Two-1 to Condon. Pulled left side. Jackson's there to make the catch.
Comes down to the bottom half of their lineup. Johnson, Lightgen, and Sipe do up.
Swing and a miss. Johnson went around on the off-speed pitch from Gossett, who is looking for back-to-back complete games.
That would be crazy. 14 straight innings of work, only giving up 6 runs in those 14.
Thought about it, but held up. 1-1 line, left side, and caught by Kylie Franks. Swing and a miss. Gossett's got 4 punch outs today and 3 free bases.
Trying to make it 160 on the year.
She's got 159 strikeouts on the year. The 0-1. Catches the outside corner.
Great pitch there. Quickly down 0-2 is Lightgen. It's going to be tough to tell yet again what she wants to throw right here. Could go with a rise ball, but could go the complete opposite way with the changeup in the dirt.
The 0-2 to Lightgen. Flip to right field. Condon underneath it for out number 2. Hawkeyes down to their final out.
My apologies. It'll be this one.
And that's actually Kiara Sipe who stays in for Silva, who pinch hit last time around. But Kiara Sipe does stay in. Pull left side and through for a base hit.
Down but not out, AJ. Now it's Avery Jackson. Can she replicate what just happened on defense and carry that over to the offensive side?
A 4-year Hawkeye. He's gone through numerous coaching changes. First pitch misses low, including the one that happened in the offseason. Had, of course, the chance to go, but Stacey May Johnson talked with the senior group, convinced them all to come back, considering she was coming back to her alma mater. Jackson pops it up right side. Underneath it is Moore. She makes the play to end the ball game. Purdue comes back and takes the series from the Hawkeyes.